Alrighty, guys, I hope all is well. It really saddens me that we have to talk about this in the year 2022, especially during the same week, because just 5 days ago, Willie O'Ree was honored by the Boston Bruins, had his number retired by the franchise. He was the first black player to ever play in the league, just to add some context to that. That's obviously a huge deal. In that same week, there have been two racial incidents to occur within various professional leagues in hockey. It started off just a few days ago. Christoph Herback was suspended 30 games by the AHL for making some racialized remarks towards Boko Imama. And considering it happened to the San Jose Barracudas organization who just saw Evander Kane leave, obviously that's a very different circumstance. Just not a great look at all for that organization at the moment. And then literally days later, I don't get how this could possibly happen days later, Jacob Panetta has been exposed by the Jordan Subban, who was the victim of this. Panetta made a monkey gesture towards him. And Subban took to Twitter about it. He quote tweeted the team that Panetta plays for. And now we're having this conversation all over again just a few days later. This clearly needs to be ingrained in some people's heads, because this is an issue way bigger than hockey and the sport itself, obviously. But we're going to dive into a lot of things here. I'm going to read out some of the statements from some of these players. We're going to watch the video that's been circulating on this Subban gesture, and you're even going to see the crowd reaction. It's just horrendous. I can't believe this is happening. So let's just dive into some of this stuff. We're going to dissect it, and we need to have this conversation because this can't just fade away. So coming from Boko Ima, I've been dealing with situations like this my entire life. As a person of color playing youth hockey through junior and now twice as a professional, this keeps happening to me over and over again. We have enough to worry about as pro hockey players, and it saddens me when anyone has to deal with these types of issues. It's frustrating and disheartening that this is still going on in 2022. Even though I honestly believe the sport has made positive strides, we still have a long way to go to educate the ignorant and to make hockey a safe place for everyone. My hope is that people learn from this and that someday hockey will truly be for everyone. That's a powerful statement right there by Boko Ima. And just to add a little bit more of dialogue to the discussion regarding the Ima incident, I just want to say, 30 games obviously by the AHL to hand out to Christoph Herback. That's obviously a pretty good suspension. We haven't really seen much like that in a while. But considering just a few days later and the league literally below the AHL, the ECHL is just below the A, if you didn't know about that. The fact that this has happened again, we need to start seeing some lifetime bans, year bans. I would personally be very fine if these players never played in these respective leagues ever again, because hockey truly is a privilege. And some of these players clearly don't understand that. They think they have the right to play the game, to make these type of remarks, and not face the serious consequences. So I'm hoping that the ECHL can set an example here. We're really going to dive into that now just next. I'm going to read out some of the remarks from Jordan Subban. We're going to watch the video. We're going to see what brother PK Subban had to say about this. And we're really going to have a full-on conversation. Yo, what's up? This is Editing Jordan here. I got an update for you guys. The ECHL has suspended Jacob Panetta indefinitely following the racial gesture he directed toward Jordan Subban. So no lifetime ban, it looks like, coming, but he is being suspended indefinitely. More like Jacob Panetta was too much of a coward to fight me, and as soon as I began to turn my back, he started making monkey gestures at me, so I punched him in the face multiple times and he turtled like the coward he is. There. Fixed it. This is the video. Just ridiculous. Yeah, I think we don't need to watch any more of that video. I think it's kind of besides the point. It's just a typical scrum after that. The one thing I'll add is it is nice that Jordan Subban, basically all of his teammates on the ice, came to defend him there. It's at least nice to know that they have his back, and that they clearly don't tolerate those type of gestures being made towards him. It helps the guy, obviously not feel alone in the hockey world. So that's at least one positive we can take away from the many negatives of this situation. So this is from PK Subban, Jordan's brother. They don't call the East Coast League the jungle because my brother and the other black players are the monkeys. Hey Jacob Panetta, you shouldn't be so quick to delete your Twitter or your Instagram account. You will probably be able to play again. That's what history says. But things are changing. Now just know the hockey world knows your true colors. Your hometown of Belleville knows, your friends and family know you're a fraud, with everything that has gone on in the past couple of years in the world, I'll say with all due respect to everyone who has an opinion, this isn't a mistake. We all know what's okay and what's not. Even your own teammates want to see you get your clock cleaned. This happens a lot and it never gets exposed in the lower leagues. One thing that I love about this is Jordan's teammates standing in there and showing support. Love that. Shout out to the various he's taking the presidents of these respective leagues. Leave your comments below. I'm done. And he also tags the NHL, the ECHL, and the AHL. PK Subban's a pretty big name in this sport, by the way. In case you're not too familiar with hockey and you just stumbled upon this video, he's one of the stars. He's calling out the various presidents. He's calling out the leagues itself. We know that action needs to be done here regarding this situation. So obviously a positive to come out of this whole situation is the whole hockey community has been supporting Subban. They've been supporting Boko, Imama, as they really should, and you see members of the media, calling out this type of behavior and gestures being thrown around as well. Names like Elliot Friedman, the biggest insiders within the sport. I just hope within a few years that this conversation needs to die down. We need to just be seeing lifetime bans. There's been way too many racial gestures and language being thrown around this entire season. This is probably the most in quite a while in recent history. And we're in 2022 now. This just isn't okay. Situation where language like that needs to be getting thrown around. And if the NHL cares, if any of these leagues really care about the statement, hockey is for everyone, which at the moment it clearly isn't, they need to do something about this to show that it is. And we need to actually start to see some change, or else I'm going to continue calling out this behavior. Everybody else around me is going to call it out until something is done about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know this is a bit of a darker topic with darker themes explored, but I really hope that you stick around, as this conversation probably isn't dying down anytime soon. And I'll make sure to add my perspective to all the dialogue being thrown around.